We are at the beginning of the fourth industrial revolution, an age of rapid transformation in technology and systems of production that will disrupt the way companies traditionally create value. I'm rushing it through a bit. Just sorry, I'll start again. Fourth industrial revolution, an age of rapid transformation in technology and systems of production that disrupts the way companies traditionally create value. As a professor of entrepreneurship, I am constantly asked by companies and students, what does it take for an organization to succeed during the fourth industrial revolution? And so I embrace that also as my research question. The answer I've come up with, in brief, is that these organizations must be built around 6 pillars, each of which corresponds to a letter in the acronym CLEVER. Today, I'm going to talk about the first one, or collaborative intelligence. Collaborative intelligence refers to a system. Sorry, now I need to read. Sorry. Okay. Collaborative intelligence describes a system that uses a broader range of skills to achieve improved outcomes. Nowadays, it would mean combining the skills of humans and those of machines. For example, car manufacturers employ robots to stamp, paint, and weld the cars because these tasks require accuracy and consistency, and machines excel at it. However, it is humans who finally assemble these cars because this task requires some flexibility and creative problem solving, which are almost impossible for robots. Now, many people believe that the challenge is to replace humans with machines, but it is not. The challenge is to ensure that humans and machines collaborate in such a way that their joint output is superior to what could have been achieved separately. For example, Tesla recently experienced difficulties with the production of Model 3. And many experts agree that this is due to the decision to use robots for assembly. Robots struggle to assemble the tens of thousands of components that make up a car, whereas humans have a skill that makes them better at it. Now, it's interesting that collaborative intelligence does not work only in manufacturing, but in services too. Think about robotic surgery in healthcare, robo-advisory in finance, and even crop management in agriculture. Now, to leverage the power of collaborative intelligence, business leaders must analyze each of the tasks in their systems of value creation. And to each task, they should assign a worker, human or machine, that is best suited to master the skills required for that task. Moreover, the more machines take tasks that are repetitive and, quite frankly, also boring, the more humans are free to perform creative and innovative tasks. And leaders should identify these tasks and actively pursue them as unique sources of value creation. By addressing research questions that puzzle the companies I work with, I am making HALD the most relevant business school in the world.
Okay, cool. So that was
relevant today because we're at the beginning of the fourth industrial revolution, an age of rapid transformation, which disrupts the way companies traditionally succeed. So we need new answers. And then I say, from my research, these new answers are clever. And today, I'm going to talk about the first one, or collaborative intelligence. Now, it could be 2 ways. So it could either be, what's your key takeaway in 1 sentence? So value creation becomes more intelligent when humans and machines collaborate, followed by the example.
And then a recap of that message, right? And finally just end on that message again.
Yeah. So if I put it this way, I think humans and machines collaborate. That's the key takeaway.
Yeah.
Followed by then I would have the definition. Collaborative intelligence describes a system that uses broader language. This probably needs to be dropped here, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think you can probably just drop that and then just go.
So I could say, for example, car manufacturers employ robots to stamp, paint, and weld cars.
Yeah.
These are impossible for robots. Then I say, many people believe that the challenge is to replace humans with machines it is not.
Mm.
For example, Tesla has recently experienced problems, whereas, okay. After this example, so the example of the failure, I will say again something like collaborative intelligence prescribes that the skills of humans and machines are combined, something like that.
Mm-hmm. So that value creation becomes more intelligent.
Yeah.
When the humans and machines are collaborating. So I think you just echo that message back. I think just loop back, just more or less say the same thing, I think. Because if you've gone through about a minute, 90 seconds, or whatever that will be in the end, I think it's good to have that final recap message there as well.
And then, but I would still like to say, interestingly, collaborative intelligence works equally well in manufacturing and in services. Think about robotic surgery in healthcare, robot advisory in financial services. We'll probably skip the retail because it's a repetition. It doesn't really add much. And even crop management in agriculture. I like to mention agriculture because it's that field perceived as being super traditional, and people are always surprised that new technologies apply to agriculture.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah. Maybe even just put in a phrase like, and even very traditional industries like crop management in agriculture.
So one or two recommendations. So that to leverage the power of collaborative intelligence, business leaders must analyze each of the tasks in their system, in their value creation. Mm-hmm. To each task, they should assign the worker, human or machine, that is best suited to master the skills required. Furthermore, the more machines take over tasks that are repetitive and boring, the more humans are free to perform creative and innovative tasks. And leaders should identify these tasks and actively invest in them, something like that.
I wonder if we could make that final thing more of a call to action, I think, you've kind of set it up. You need to analyze, you need to decide. Machines take over repetitive tasks. So maybe almost like, one of the biggest challenges for leaders in readying their company for tomorrow is I don't know. So maybe that's some kind of call to action. How do you identify, how do you find, the tasks where you can unleash the creativity or, something like that. So maybe just rather than just saying you need to identify these tasks, kind of turn it more into an imperative and into a challenge and kind of like throwing down the gauntlet almost to the leaders out there.
Yeah. So tell them to find these tasks that are repetitive and give them to machines to unleash the creativity of their workforce or their talent, human talent.
Yeah, and I'd also imagine that part of that process would be like actually retooling what is creativity and defining what do we mean by creativity for humans in those different sectors. So, that might also be part of the call to action.
Yeah. Yeah, also they should invest in their human talent by training them, reskilling them, upskilling them. But
when you're delivering the script, I think the script is almost there. I think it's pretty good. Just make sure that you're taking your time through it so that you're able to emphasize the words that need to be emphasized. So something like when you have, it is not, many people believe the challenge is to replace humans with machine. It is not, kind of even to pause maybe just before and just after that a little bit. So, really take your time to fully express and to get that out. So I think that would be the main thing rather than just banging through the scripts. But, I think you've got that time to do it. So my recommendation is don't add anything to the script at this point.
No, fine. Yeah.
And just kind of work with it and just make sure that, that message comes out that we're talking about and, play around with that so that you're happy with it. but I think it's pretty close. So probably on Thursday. Is it Thursday? Yeah, I think we speak.
Yeah, Thursday we have our
Thursday.
last.
Yeah, let's just maybe have a couple of run throughs on Thursday just to make sure that it's.
Because then the next day I record